Hello, my name is Tom, and today I will be demonstrating how to get a copy of Windows to reinstall it. You would need to do that for various reasons. The scenario that we'll assume is that Windows is just having some problems and you're not able to, all the troubleshooting that you've done hasn't fixed that problem. So what we'll need is 2 USB drives, one to back up any files that you may want to keep, and then also one to copy the Windows installer. So I'll show you how to do all of that. Let's turn our attention to the monitor. Alright, so we've already inserted the one USB drive to back it up. So what we'll do is we'll open up File Explorer, and then what we'll do is also right click on File Explorer and open up a second window. So just make it a little bit easier. So in the one, we will click on a USB drive. You can see it's empty. And then over here, there's some files in the downloads that I want to keep. Right click and copy it. And then paste. And you'll see that you have the two files there. So now that we've got that backed up, let's go ahead and get the rest of the things that we need. So open up Chrome, and first thing that we'll need to download is an ISO of Windows. So Windows 11 download, and I'll provide the links for this in my comments at the end of the video. But for now, come down here, let's go down here to where it says download Windows 11 ISO, multi-edition ISO, hit the confirm button. We have to choose our region, which is English United States. Confirm. And if you're in another country, you would select a different one. Now we have our download link right here, 64-bit download. So click that, and that will begin the download. The next thing we're going to need is a little program called Rufus. R-U-F-U-S. Download, so we'll go ahead and download this. Download. Alright, so while those two are downloading, in the event you need a new product key for your Windows 11, if you go to this website, and I'll put it in the, I'll put a link in the comments, productkeys.com, and then you would want to create an account. Now I've already got me an account set up, so I'm not going to do that. But as you can see here, you can use your Google or a Facebook account if you already have one. And then once you've logged in, you go into the menu, go to software, and as you can see here, Windows 11 Pro Retail. You can get this for $10.90, or here's one for home. So depending on which version you want, $9.90. So once you purchase this, they will email you the. So they'll email you the product key. The other thing you can do is if you go back in once you've created your account, if you go into the details of the payment, it'll be in there as well. Let's see how our downloads are going. ISO is almost finished downloading. Give it a few more minutes. Alright, so now that this is finished downloading, we can go ahead and close out of the web browser. Now what we'll want to do, come over here to our download section. So here's the Rufus that we want to install it. Alright, so now that we've got Rufus working, so in this section here, what we're going to do is, see where it says select, we're going to click that. Now, we will click the Windows 11 ISO that we just downloaded. So now this kind of fills in everything. So the partition scheme, now that depends on what type of system you have. If you have an older system that doesn't use the EFI, then you want to change this to the MBR. But if your system uses EFI, then you want to use the GPT. So we'll do that for my system here. And then you would just simply click the Start button. And then over here, there's some things that you might want to disable. Definitely want to remove this, so make sure these two here are checked. We can also just put a check on those so we can not have that. Don't have to bother with that. Okay. And here we go. Okay, now that USB installer has been created, we can simply close out of this. Now if you're planning on needing to use this on a different computer, go ahead and pull out the USB stick and use it on another computer and reboot. In our case, we will shut down and then restart. Put the USB stick in this computer. Restart, we'll need to enter the boot menu. And to find out what boot menu, what key to use to get into the boot menu for your particular computer, I will add that into the link as well to let you know how to do that. So when we're in here, as you can see, there's different options. So the option that we're going to use is the UEFI USB disk. Here we'll hit that and it'll boot into our Windows installer. Depending on the system, it can take a few minutes to boot to the USB. Here we go. Alright, so here is where we would select our language. So if you're in the United States, we just leave this the way it is. If you're in another country, just click the drop down and it should have what country. So now we just hit next, select the type of keyboard. Again, you have various types. We'll leave it at US. Next, leave the dot at install Windows 11. Put a check next to I agree. And then hit next. Okay, so here we can just click on down here. I don't have a product key. We can go ahead and put that in later. We'll do that later. And then we're going to select, in my case, I'm going to select Windows 11 Pro. And I'm going to hit next. And we're going to accept this agreement. Now we see all these different partitions. So here we see disk 0 with 4 different partitions. So this is going to be our main hard drive, and then disk 1 with partition 1 and 2. That's the USB flash drive. So we don't want to mess with that one. So what we want to do is we're going to delete this disk 0 partition and then all these different partitions here. Alright, so now, and once we've done that, you're going to hit next, Now we click install and it will begin installing Windows 11. Alright, so now we simply follow the online prompts here. So here we would name the computer. Now we just select what this is going to be used for. And then you're in your login so that you can sign into your computer. And that is how you would install Windows 11. Well, I thank you for watching my video. If you like it, please remember to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. We will be giving out more videos on different things, such as how to troubleshoot computer issues, how to fix them, different issues, as well as hardware issues. Thank you, and you have a great rest of your day. Bye.